Hey guys, Matt here. I wanted to show you what a Concordia looks like um, that has not received any supplement watering at all. And this is believe it or not, an 8-year-old tree. Same age as the ones that are in my yard. They get water whenever they need it, and have been producing acorns for the last 2 or 3 years. And this tree honestly has not produced a single acorn that I know of. I was down here today putting some corn in my feeder and checking out the food plot and all. And I thought I'd stop by a few of these trees here that I have planted out around the food plot where I hunt and everything. And I wanted to show you guys what the trees look like that do not receive any supplement watering. So if you plant any trees like this out around where you hunt and do not get to water them with any frequency, this is what you can expect. So when they say that, yes, they will produce acorns early, that's only if you water them frequently or if they receive water frequently. So if you live in an area where you receive rain often, that's good. If you live in an area where you go through periods of a drought like we do here in Texas, which we're in one right now, I mean, they'll live. Don't get me wrong, Concordias have a good drought tolerance, but these trees have survived where other trees that we've planted have not lived. So that's a good thing, but they have not grown very well. As you can see, this tree is about 7 foot tall. I'm 6 foot, and it's about a foot taller than I am or so. And so it was probably, I don't know, a couple of feet tall when we planted them. So you know, it's not grown very much in the 8 years that it's been in the ground. And again, it has not produced a single acorn that I know of. I mean, it may have had one or two, and you know, something have gotten it, but I don't see any evidence of there being anything, you know, like an acorn cap or anything like that on the ground, or you know, still hanging on the tree, obviously, anything like that. So I don't think this tree has produced anything. There's several others around in the area, so it should have been pollinated. There's also other white oaks around in the area, so it shouldn't be for lack of pollination. What I did is I planted several of these Concordias just along a little strip here in a row, and every one of these things, with the exception of maybe one, has survived. So I'm really pleased with the survival rate of these things. I mean, especially for not having, I mean, I think I'm in the 8 years that they've been in the ground. I mean, I think I may have went out here and watered them one time. So if you're looking for a drought tolerant tree, one that can go for periods of time with no water, you know, this may be something to look at. However, if you're looking for something that's going to produce early, if you live in an area where you do not receive rain very often, this is not a tree for you, simply because of the fact that if it's stressed, it won't produce acorns. If you live in an area where, again, if you live in an area where you receive lots of rain, or where you can water it frequently every year, it will produce early. Now, when it produces early, it's not going to produce loads of acorns. It's going to produce maybe a handful at year 5, year 6, and in my experience, it will begin to produce quite a few acorns at about year 7, 8-ish, somewhere around in there. My tree in my yard started producing around year 8. pretty heavily. So there you go. All these trees right here, this one I chose because it's pretty out in the open. But all of these trees that are planted here look pretty much like this one. Pretty indicative of what you're going to get. And I'm going to take the tube off this one. I just put tubes on these because I didn't want it to get browsed when it was younger. But as I go along here, I've been taking tubes off. There is one tree, I don't know, for whatever reason, I don't know if I just planted in a good spot or if it found water somewhere. I don't know what the deal is, but it's a lot taller. It's probably 5 foot taller maybe, and it looks a real lot. It's about as tall as the trees that are in my yard actually, and I don't know if it's just in better soil or what, but it looks a whole lot better as far as being fuller and that's concerned. But it's still, even that tree has not produced any acorns. But there is one tree out here that is growing a lot better than all the others. But again, this tree is kind of a good sample as far as what you can expect, at least for me anyway, of what they'll look like if you do not water them on a regular basis. Again, they will survive, but they don't really thrive. They just kind of, they grow a little bit, but just not very much. And it seems like they get stressed and they don't produce acorns. I don't expect this tree, I don't know when it'll produce. I'm hoping soon, but I'm not holding my breath. So anyway, I just wanted to update y'all on the trees that are I planted out in the wild. So take care, guys.